Biggest thing to look for is what's reliable, and by reliable, at least from a scientific standpoint, is what's consistent. Because when data is inconsistent, it poses two problems. One, the individual doesn't trust the information, and they're no longer going to engage. We see it all the time, things like Fitbit, where it's very difficult to hold on to their users because there's different ways to cheat it or potentially compare that information. GPS is another common one. The second part of losing the trust of the individual is then your peers or colleagues who you work with who are also involved in the decision-making process, you're going to lose that buy-in as well. And so if we're talking about return to play or some of these other decisions, they're just going to stop trusting the data too, and like it or not, they'll just throw out everything. Okay, well, this technology doesn't work, so sports science is just a sham. So I think really pursuing things that are consistent on a day-to-day basis in terms of the data is the largest piece, and really knocks out the majority of technologies that are being presented. The second piece that we tend to look for is, if it's reliable, can it be used? And I can let Hudy talk about this more, but with the heart rate, she used to have heart rate monitors on a lot of the players. If people aren't actually going to change how practices or things being done, why do we have heart rate monitors? Because we're getting data, but if we can't act on it, we should be putting our efforts elsewhere. So it's really that, is this information consistent, and can we actually use that information?